Rosalina, you're coming with me.
The Super Mario Galaxy movie, because they couldn't just say Super Mario Brothers 2 movie or movie 2, even though it is a direct title and the film has very little to do with Super Mario Galaxy anyway, outside of planet design, star bits, the theme song appearing like twice, and I guess Rosalina's introduction. Most of the film uses images from the modern Mario games like Super Mario Odyssey and Wonder and Star Fox, which isn't a Mario title, but who the hell cares anymore? We're just doing whatever. They are clearly building up to a Smash Brothers movie, so we might as well just sit back and enjoy all of the fan service, right? And now that I think about it, that's actually a good description for this movie. Fan service. The story is mid, barely existing at certain times. The plot is paint-by-number simple and often completely nonsensical. The pacing is atrociously fast, zooming by at the speed of a star cruiser through the Lilat system. But hey, the animation is lovely, the background gags and references are plentiful, and the amount of cameos and overt references to things like Pikmin, Rob, the actual Super Mario Bros. 2 game, Smash Bros, and yeah, Star Fox, I guess, are admittedly a lot of fun to see. Does that make this a good movie, though? Oh, hell no. Of course not. But at the same time, I don't think this movie is really meant to be a good film. It's strictly fan service and children fare. It's meant for kids. Oh no, Lark is going to tear apart a movie made for kids. I mean, kinda. Mostly because children aren't dumb, and children movies can challenge the viewers or include dramatic moments. I've reviewed children's movies that do this, so I don't know. This film is only interested in having flashing colors, recognizable characters for children to point at and go, Princess Peach, and poster moments, as I call them, where the characters pose and the film essentially freezes for a moment. This mostly happens when characters walk in front of explosions or do a heroic pose while framed by Lumas or whatever. There are so many in this film for no reason whatsoever. It just gets so old seeing it over and over and over again. Now, don't get me wrong though, I had a good time seeing this movie. I even found myself pointing at the screen going, oh hey, it's that character! Full Wojak meme. And I did enjoy where certain story beats were going. I was never surprised by anything, although I was bewildered at how much of a stretch the writers went to include baby Mario and Luigi for whatever reason. And just how much that I guess you would call a spoiler they shove into the posters, the trailers, and just the overall marketing. They spoil so much of this movie in everything around it that really none of it is a surprise, but it's still kind of cool to see, I guess. But yeah, those stupid babies. They purely exist as a reference to Yoshi's Island, and their inclusion makes zero sense. I won't spoil why they show up, but you'd think maybe it would be something with the literal magic Koopa, but no. Kamek doesn't actually do any magic at all that I can think of in this movie. He's just kind of there to get eaten by Yoshi and awaken various fetishes in children when they finally realize why that scene made them feel that way 10 years down the road. That's a lot of these characters. They show up, they say a line or two, or if they're lucky, they'll have a big scene, and then they're gone. Like Wart, for example. Rosalina doesn't even get much screen time, which is weird considering the film seems focused on her. Oh god, I haven't even gone over the plot yet, and I am like 4 or 5 minutes into this review. And I'm just nitpicking this movie to bits. Oh jeez.
Oh jeez, Rick.
Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. What is this movie even about? The Super Mario Galaxy movie takes place almost immediately after the events of the first film. Watch my review for that if you haven't. I'll link it up here in the corner. With Mario and Luigi now mostly living in the Mushroom Kingdom and helping Princess Peach while rehabilitating the still shrunken Bowser. When a space princess named Rosalina is captured and the young Prince Bowser Jr. arrives to rescue his father, the Mario Brothers, Peach, Toad, and newcomers Yoshi and Fox McCloud, of all people, have to team up in order to fight the new threats and rescue Rosalina. Did that seem like a lot? Probably because it is a lot, and that's without any spoilers that wasn't already included. Nintendo here really didn't do themselves any favors by leaking Star Fox's inclusion among other moments seen in trailers and posters and what characters make cameos, blah blah blah. And again, this pacing is horrid. The movie even somewhat mentions this a couple of times, like with Yoshi's inclusion. He shows up almost immediately with next to no backstory or bonding or anything, and he's just part of the group right off the bat, despite never having met the brothers before and having like a minute of screen time with them. Just boop, he's here, we're keeping him, that's it. This movie calls this out too, of course, but it's one of those issues where the film is trying to be self-aware and making a joke out of it, but it's still doing what it itself is complaining about. Toad meets Yoshi and exclaims, "This guy can't just show up and immediately be part of the group," only to have Yoshi immediately become part of the group. Come on. I guess it's really not that big a deal, not just because Yoshi is a fun character, even if he has no backstory or emotional attachment to anyone, but because he's an unimportant side character. He doesn't serve the story at all, aside from just being there, and I guess being a method of transportation once he's established in the film. Interesting that he's voiced by Childish Gambino, though.
Who is this?
Childish Gambino.
Speaking of voices, let me touch on them really quickly, mostly because I just don't have much to say about them. Everyone here is returning as their characters, with Jack Black as Bowser being the standout as usual. His Bowser is just so out there personality-wise, and it's really fun to see him cavorting about on screen and shaking his ass constantly. I may be biased because I am a Bowser simp. I love this stupid turtle dragon, but this version of Bowser is just big and small, goofy fun. He's crazy, and his anger issues just make him all the more endearing. Then we have Charlie Day as Luigi, also being a classic. I don't know what it is about Charlie Day, but his voice just fits Luigi's personality perfectly, and I guess the same could be said for Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach. They are both just really great choices for how they want these interpretations of the characters to work, and it is admittedly very hard to imagine anyone else fitting into their roles nearly as well as they do. The same cannot be said for Chris Pratt's Mario. I have the exact same issue as I did with the first film, mostly because he doesn't even try to change his voice at all outside of maybe a couple of wahoos here and there, and Pratt just doesn't have much emotion as a voice actor. I think he's serviceable, I suppose, but he doesn't stand out. He's like Everyman USA here. It says a lot when he is the title character, but his voice is much less recognizable than literally any other character in the film. Even Luis Guzman as Wart is having a more expressive performance. That makes Wart memorable, and Mario just isn't. He's just kinda here. Weird for a film with his name on it, but what are you gonna do, I guess? There are 3 big newcomers outside of Donald Glover as Yoshi, and the first 2 I want to mention are Brie Larson as Princess Rosalina and Benny Safdie as Bowser Jr. I personally think they both do a pretty good job, all things considered. Brie Larson stands out the most, though, and feels a lot more natural with the character, while Safdie just he does a good job, I don't want to diminish that, but his voice is just too mature for Bowser Jr., if that makes sense. Especially given how BJ's game voice is much higher pitched, and he's portrayed often like an 8-year-old might. even though I guess he's canonically a teenager, I don't know. Softy is at least expressive enough to somewhat match Jack Black's energy as the father figure, but it's still just a little distracting, just like Bowser Jr.'s eyeballs. It's weird. The last big name newcomer we have is the oddest side character added to this film that I am sure the furries are all over, and I'll admit he's kinda hot. Fox McCloud, voiced by Glenn Powell, and damn it, I didn't want to admit it, but yeah, he is the best side character here besides Bowser. He's funny, expressive, very attractive for whatever reason, and just a joy whenever he is on screen. He's a very strange addition to the movie, but without him, the film definitely wouldn't have been as much fun, even though it does do a "this dude is so cool" and a "let's have these two main character guys call each other awesome and cool and that they like each other." It's so dumb and textbook to me, but I think Powell was a great cast for him. He really comes off like a fan of the character. And while I was expecting more Fox's voice like he is in the fan series of Fox in Space,
"Are you guys going trick-or-treating?
Suck my fucking ass, you goddamn stuttering fucking parrot.
Are you guys going trick-or-treating?
Are you going sucking?
Are you good?
Are you going sucking?"
I think Powell earns his position just fine. And that's actually a pretty good summation of my feelings for the movie. It's fine, doesn't overstay its welcome, I guess. It's eye candy and references and cameos and basic story with a decent joke here or there to keep the tone light and fluffy. Works enough. The movie is the epitome of fluff. There is no substance here besides setting up future films. The plot makes absolutely no sense. Characters arrive and disappear randomly with no other use than waving to the audience, saying, "Hey, I arrived, I'm here," and then just poofing. And also the ending is horribly abrupt. I didn't even get to mention that until now because this movie just has so much. The finale arrives as if the film just went, "Well, I can't think of anything else to do, bye." As soon as the climax is wrapped up, this movie's over in a minute. There's no ending stinger, no real hint at what's to come or proper emotional resolution to the events. It just ends. Everyone is happy, plots are wrapped up, we're done. Credits. Outside of 2 post-credit scenes that feel more like the Sonic movies post-credit scenes, the ending tone just falls incredibly flat. It really needed to be extended just a couple of minutes further and get some final emotional moments between Mario and Peach, or maybe Rosalina and the gang, because now she's a part of this, but nobody seems to really know her. She's just there, so okay. But I don't know, I guess the filmmakers ran out of time where the writers just got bored. If I were to improve the movie, I think it definitely would need another few rounds in the writer's room. The overall setup and the plot isn't bad, but the story just takes so many random detours in favor of fan service and references that the movie really suffers as a whole because of it. It's fan service the movie and nothing else. Outside of audience members that really needed to see the brothers as babies, I guess, for some reason, this movie's made for you. Most of these moments are basically filler and can be cut out with little to no effect on the overall story at all, and could have been replaced with more emotional moments between the characters that could have lasted longer than a few seconds. Instead, we get these non sequiturs that overstay their welcome and just show up randomly with no explanation or anything. The pacing in general just needed to slow down a bit and let things breathe and characters to interact. If only the film could have held back just a little bit, but I don't think that was ever the point. This movie knew that it would be a success, and it knows the fans want references and cameos and promises of future projects. It doesn't matter, it's going to make a ton of money regardless. Well, now you have hints at a Star Fox film series, almost confirmation of a Smash Bros. Movie. But is that really what we want as fans? Well, I can only speak for myself, but like I said, this movie is not good. As a film, it is amateur, sloppy, and made of horrible plot decisions and just straight up nonsense. To be fair, The movie is gorgeously animated, it sounds great, and it is really fun to see these characters show up in a new way and interact with each other. But I want a movie, and this movie is not made to be a movie. This is pure fan service. This is an advertisement. There is no point in ever rewatching this movie or buying it. At best, it's fine. It's a time waster. Throw it on in front of a child and they'll stare at it for maybe an hour if you're lucky. I don't know. Nothing is great here. And this movie only exists to please fans on the basest level. If you do not know these characters, or care about Nintendo, or have played any of these games, then this film holds absolutely nothing for you. Overall, I did have a good time with it. I'll admit it. But I am a Nintendo fan. I enjoyed what I saw. I understood that reference. But I could also understand that in general, it is barely serviceable. References and cameos can only get you so far before you need some substance behind it, and this is severely lacking. But I had a good time, audiences liked it, and I know what this movie is. So I'm gonna judge it on that. Ultimately, the Super Mario Galaxy movie gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around for another one. Ooh, this one was rough. Haha, rough, bark, bark, chain chomp. Oh my god, I'm going crazy. I've been so busy and I'm trying to get these reviews out, and I know I'm like 1 or 2 behind at this point. But I had to talk about Mario. Oh my god, Mario. What happened here? They just want to advertise. They just want to throw out as many characters as possible. The end credit scene is just whatever. It's so obvious. It's like, here, we're gonna throw in a new character that everyone's been trying to see and been wanting to see. Sure, why not? So many hints to Smash Bros. We just know it's gonna happen. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they shadow announce a Star Fox film. It would make sense. Clearly they have the designs going and people really, really like how Fox looks, even though very much looks like he has black lipstick on his lower lip. But sure, whatever, it's a cool design. He looks good and Glenn Powell is having a blast as the character. So sure, why not? I'm curious what else they can do with Nintendo movies. I know we're getting a live action Zelda. It's not a great idea, but sure. Hopefully it's good. This is the year of video game movies, so oh my god, we still got so many more to go, and I will be reviewing them. Holy shit, someone help me. Okay, anyway, let me know what did you guys think of this movie in the comments below. After that, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, ring that bell so you don't miss a video, and yeah, that's it. Have a great day, and if you're not, have a better one. See ya.
I'm just a ghost in your stereo, the fading memory of a shipwreck in the undertow. You're just a lost song I know, and I'm just a ghost in your stereo.